Hey everybody. Okay. Hi Dixie. How are you? Hi Carla. I hope you all can hear me. Please confirm that you can hear me. I haven't done this for a little bit. I just want to make sure all the technology is set up properly. um, Happy New Year. Okay, hi. Just let me know that you can hear me when you get a chance. Hi, Doris. Welcome. Okay, great. Thanks, Dixie. Thank you all. How have you guys been, ladies? How have you been? Welcome, Ala, Alicia. Hola, Abril. Welcome. Welcome, Felice Goddess, Mika. Welcome, Katrina, the maker. How are you all doing? Welcome. Happy New Year. Happy 2024 to all of you. How was your holiday season? I'm back. I'm trying to just, roll into this new year. I'm very excited. 2023 was blessed but bumpy. I don't know how it was for you all, but I'm back on and so much to share. We'll just chat. We'll wait a few minutes. I'm actually expecting another guest, so I'm officially at capacity. I think she just got here. So give me 1 second to tell my co-pilot Micah, my son, to come and let her in. Just hang tight for 1 moment. I'm gonna text him. Hold on a second. All right. So, good day, good day, good day, good day. Happy January 3rd. Can you believe it's the 3rd already? What did you all do? And feel free to let us know where you're checking in from. This is Michelle. I live in San Miguel de Allende. If this is your first time here, first time joining us, San Miguel de Allende is located in central Mexico. I'm supposed to be on here live every Wednesday at 6. I'm sorry I have been missing in action because partly a big part of it was my dad passed away on November the 1st, Dia de los Muertos. So it was quite interesting to kind of have this happen. And but at the same time, I had a group of women that were here. We were all here to celebrate life and anyone that we lost. And I happened to lose my dad on that day, so it was very sad. But I was very grateful that I had this circle of women around me to uplift and support. So it's been a bumpy couple of weeks, months. And I can say that I'm very grateful to everyone in my circle and outside of my immediate circle for all their support, all their love, all their understanding. I'm extra grateful for the 55 years that I was able to spend with my father, who was an amazing man. He really was such a guide and a guiding light in so many things. He was a minister, counselor. He wasn't perfect, but at the end of the day, he was a good person. Just give me 1 moment, please. Okay, give me 1 second, okay? Please hang tight. Okay, I'm back. So sorry. Business, life, kids, guest. All right, my apologies. Where were we? Iona, welcome. Can't wait to see you. So as I was saying with my dad, it was a somewhat bumpy year in regard to his health. It went downhill so quickly. But I can say that he honestly got to do a lot of the things that he really loved. He loved traveling. That's probably where I got some of it from. He also loved to preach. He was a minister. So that's kind of where the guidance and the counseling came from. So I'm super, super, super grateful that we had a good relationship. And, I got all these years to really be close to him. And as I said, we're all human. No one's perfect. We can all look back and say something about our parents, but at the end of the day, it was just kind of one of those things where it hits you, right? For anyone who has lost a loved one that's, was really close to them, it's one of those situations where it just feels kind of surreal. But I'm grateful, and I'm grateful to be here. It teaches you to keep living, to live your life, cherish those memories, say the things you need to say when they're alive, show the love, kind of let bygones be bygones, right? So I'm back. It's 2024. We're chugging along here at CasaELM. I have a full house, so I'm super grateful. A guest just arrived, and I was trying to get my son to let her in, but it happens. So life happens. Sorry for that mini lapse. How are you all doing? Thank you for the condolences. I appreciate that. Where are you all checking in from? Let me know. So today I just wanted to catch up. If there's anything you want to know or ask specifically, but today I just kind of wanted to say I'm back. I'm not a person who jumps into resolutions and things like this. I know a lot of people say that too. But this year we have a lot of amazing things in store, a lot of really good things that are going to happen. We have our retreats. San Miguel is growing in all numbers. Our community is growing as well. If you're not on Black SMA, do get on there and join us. We have a lot of cool things that we do once a month, the last Sunday of every month. But there are also other happenings that are coming up in the community. There are several concerts that are coming by Soul Fusion. Also, we have a few other people who are doing their channels and you name it. So I'm very excited to share the space for all the information that you want to hear about, or even just the social things in San Miguel. You want to meet other expats that are living here, have been living here, or that are new. This is like, the place to find out about that, but also online Facebook. I always say that this is like a great space to get a lot of information as well. So just want to share that. Welcome, Lori Butler. Happy New Year. I'm lucky to spend a few weeks in Mexico City. Yes. Oh, okay. Excellent, excellent. Alicia Hawkins. I can see why you spell that out. Um, so anyone else out there house sitting? I actually haven't done a house sit. I have considered house swapping. So if you live somewhere cool, maybe we could do that. Hi, Dahlia, all the way from Kanwa Island. She was here in September, and she's coming back in a couple of weeks. I'm super excited to connect with you again. And yes, Iona is coming to our Peace Not Pieces retreat in April, so I'm also super excited about that. We actually only have one space left, ladies, so if anyone's interested, you can go on my website and check out what it's all about, CasaELM.com under events, and just scroll. And also coming on Monday, this coming Monday, I have oh, it's a webinar, a free webinar about Peace Not Pieces. So you can also sign up for that if you are interested in learning more about the retreat, but also learning more about San Miguel and how to prepare for coming to visit, especially at this time of the year. It's been kind of chilly. It's been kind of chilly here, but you can, when I move over, you can see my fireplace going. So this is kind of the warmest room in the house. And the rooms have heaters, but this is the room that has the fireplace. So it's been a little chilly, but I'm still loving the weather. During the day, it gets nice and hot and toasty. But in the morning and at night, sometimes it's pretty cold. It's kind of one of our colder winters since I've been here. I think the first winter I was here, it was chilly. So as I was saying, I live in San Miguel de Allende. If you're new to my channel, be sure to like this video and be sure to subscribe, and also go to CasaELM.com. You can see all the good things that CasaELM does and what we're here for, our purpose. I always say I let the house speak to me, and really and truly the space is for you all. It's I consider it a healing space, not just for the purpose of relocation tours, but for anyone just making that transition, finding somewhere to be where it feels like a home away from home. I've now been here, believe it or not, for 2 years. Can you guys believe it? It's been 2 years. I've been in Casa, this amazing space, for you. It's 2 years. It's my 2-year anniversary. Really in December it came up, but as far as my first guest, I'm saying we're about a week from when my first person paid and slept here. So I'm very grateful and super excited to still just be in this lane. And I just want to say thank you to everyone that has come through this space and everyone that has subscribed to my channel and that shows up on Wednesdays looking for me. I've had a lot of people asking, so that really feels good. I appreciate you all. Hi, Kathy. High vibration, high vibes. I was gonna call you high vibrations. Happy New Year from Charlotte. And Kathy, hi, amiga. Kathy was here for our Peace Not Pieces last September. We had a good old time. Thank you, Abril. I miss you. I hope to see you soon as well. Yeah, I'm looking forward to connecting with all of you again and everyone who's coming. I don't know if I said, oh, I did, to Felice Goddess. Welcome, ladies. So, what do you want to know? What do you want to hear about? I got a doggy today. Don't ask me what I was doing. Hi, sir. I hope I got that right. I got a dog today, you guys. My dog passed away in October. Some of you already know this. He was older, much older. I had him for a long time. And I thought, okay, I'm not going to do this anytime soon. So I won't give you the long version of the dog beginning of the year dog thing, but my housekeeper, she lives out in the campo, out in the country, and I did share with her that I was looking for, yeah, Tixie. I know I love dogs. I have to say I love dogs. But anyway, I wanted to surprise my son, so we tried to do a rescue dog, and it didn't go so well. But anyway, and this is a rescue as well because she was kind of given away. She was given to me. She's a few months old. She is a little extra energetic, which, I'm gearing up for, but I feel like, you live once, and I don't know that there's a right time or perfect time for a dog or a child, right? I think no matter what happens, whether you get a trained, untrained, you don't know their background or they're young, you have to work at it and you have to commit. So it's a commitment that I'm willing to start all over with. I see so many dogs around here, and what I realized though, it's kind of hard to take a street dog that's been on the streets for, let's say, a year or two or three, unless they just are in need of comfort. But the dogs here, not all, but a lot of them that are used to being kind of like roaming around in the campo, because they don't really just tie them up or lock them up necessarily. It's hard to train them to becoming an indoor or kind of in an enclosed space. So, I had to kind of go online and just kind of educate myself a little bit about which situation would be best for me. So, it is Carla. Welcome. It is a she, and I think it's a husky and a shepherd mix of some sort. But she's not going to get ginormous. I think she seems pretty petite right now. I think she's about 5 months old. So she came to me named Luna. This woman just, here you go, housekeeper founder, and sent me a picture, and I said, okay, I'll come out and check her out. Way out. When I say come out, I went way out. They're on the road to Querétaro, some little town. I forgot the name of their Puebla. So that's that, and I surprised my son. He seems happy. So there is that. We shall see how this all goes down. She's a handful. Yeah, so let's see. I have a few bullet points. Oh, I wanted to talk about um, these guys that are now working with me. I'm missing my beloved Brianna. She was with me for over a year, living here at the guest house, and she moved on in April. She wanted to travel and kind of do her thing. She's kind of exploring some other things career-wise. And she was also working for me virtually on the back end all the way through, I think, October. And I found some other people. And I just wanted to say that I am very excited about my mini team. I literally have two guys that are Mexican. They're bilingual. They're very knowledgeable. So I'm very excited about this new team that we have, and I'm very grateful for their help. They know a lot about Mexico, and I think it'll be a plus. I really think it'll be a plus for us. They don't interact here. They don't physically live in San Miguel. They live in, so they're doing online. So I'm just saying this for anyone who may reach out. If you see a response, it's usually coming from the business, but if you see a response and it's signed Gustavo or Sergio, that's the reason. So don't get freaked out like, who are these men writing me? Okay, just wanted to say that. Hola, Federica. I am excited to work with them, and I'm excited to see us grow more. And I also have two amazing women who work here as well on the premise. And so I'm literally just kind of like pinch myself that I actually have these amazing people that are helping this experience that you all are experiencing, and also this vehicle to run smoother. I'm really grateful for that as well. So we are just rocking and rolling over here. Do you all have questions for me? I'm just like chatting away, I guess. I don't know if you're drinking wine. I decided to pour myself a glass today, so I'm gonna take a sip. Let's see. We have a lot of really cool events, as I said, that are happening this year. Of course, our relocation tours are throughout the year. We're doing Peace Not Pieces, our women's retreat, which we really had just a beautiful encounter with all the ladies last year that participated, including Kathy, Erica. I miss you all. And I am just so grateful to see kind of like what's the imprint, I guess, of this experience that people had with us, and the ladies and facilitators that work with us. As I said, Monday we're doing a free webinar. So if you are interested in joining that, just let me know. I will drop the link in the chat. Hi, how are you from Lack to Legacy, you guys? If you are interested in, I just want to put a plug in for her. If you're interested in trading, be sure to sign up for her group. Hi, Francis. Oh, yes, 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 yes. I know you're coming in May. I just want to say this, for anyone planning to be here, like we're getting super busy, and I'm not saying this to just get you to jump on the bandwagon. Like I'm at capacity, and I've been at capacity off and on over the past month to 2 months. So I'm just saying it to you. You can now go directly on CasaELM.com and book. And if for any reason you have any challenges, because sometimes I have challenges with the platform that I'm using, just send us an email, okay? And we'll manually enter it and send you the details. So I just want to say that because I am full this month. Someone just came today, and I'm gonna get to talk to her when I'm done talking to you guys. And we have other people that are here. Congratulations to my other two guests that are here. They got their residency cards today. Woo, woo. Yes, they kind of showed up last week, and I was like, ooh, short notice, but they got it, so I'm super excited for them. And we are also repeating our, what are we repeating? Our influencer weekend. That's coming up. That is coming up. Oh, okay. All right. First, let me answer. Let's see. Lack to Legacy. She's doing trading. I started to say that, and I don't know. My brain went elsewhere. She has a whole trading group, so you can. I think it's Lack to Legacy on YouTube, right? Feel free to drop that in the comments. I think say your name, Sonia, right? Sonia. Sorry if I'm messing that up, okay? I'm horrible with names. I can remember your face. I know you usually wear your either your two uh, bonbon, I don't know what we call those, ponytail, or one, and always in talking about being your life right now in Asia, in Thailand and Cambodia, which I love those countries. So thanks for sharing that joy with us. But feel free to share that information. Sandra, oh geez, okay, sorry. Join her. She has a group that she's trying to teach women how to trade. If you're interested in trading, I am. So just wanted to put that out there. Peace Not Pieces is coming up in April. Thanks for asking for that detail. If you go to CasaELM.com, look under events, I have my webinar on Monday, and the actual event is April, I believe, the 21st through the 27th, I believe. You can see the details there, and you can make payments until I think 30 days or something like this before. So we literally have one space left. We already have the other spaces filled. So if you're interested in joining us, I'll give you a little bit of a rundown about what it is. It's a women's retreat. It's a retreat for women. It's Peace Not Pieces. It is based on my personal experiences and the choice to choose being in a peaceful place, living my life peacefully, living peacefully with the people that are in my life that I choose to, have in my inner circle, outer circles. I really do not believe in chaos and drama and craziness. And I just really think that it is a lot of times our choice to choose to be peaceful, right? From the inside out. I know that we all have conflict and things that happen, life happens. But I also don't believe in sacrificing self to be in a crazy relationship. And so that's sort of where that story stems from. You can see more on my website about the details, and you can also see some things on my YouTube channel that kind of give you an overview of the experiences that we had last year. And they were beautiful. They're very intimate. I just want to put that out there. This is not a women's retreat with like 8, 10, 15 women. It is really intimate. Typically, we're 3 to 5, maybe maximum people, plus our facilitators who come in. And it's just a week of sisterhood and healing and connectivity, connection to self. We do self-pampering, of course, we all want that. We do some Mexican, traditional Mexican ceremonies, such as a temazcal. If you haven't heard of that, you can definitely look it up. This is such a healing week. We sit down and we talk. If you want, you can get up with me in the morning and go walking, take pictures. That's what we did the last time. There's a lot of art therapy. That is overall the premise of this retreat, is we're healing through art, through self-expression. We're sharing, no one's forced to. This is not about, oh, I went through and then this guy and da da da, or this relationship, nothing of the sort. It really is a week where we talk about self and we talk about the things we need to start choosing and creating the boundaries that are necessary. It's really beautiful. So if it all sounds appealing to you, please go and sign up or join us on Monday, January the 8th. I believe it's at 6:30. And it's a free webinar. We're going to talk more in details about the week and just kind of how to prepare for it weather-wise and the things that we're going to do. We go to the hot springs, we get massages, and we eat, we drink wine, and we create. We really create art with clay, with pictures and words and flowers. I mean, it sounds a little girly, but sometimes, I just feel like we get into that inner self kind of experience. And then my facilitators are trained professionals in art therapy and also counseling. So it's really beautiful. And Kate Van Doren, I just absolutely love her. I love her work. She empowers women through her art and her project, which is called healingwordsproject.com. You can go there and see her work, and we do a session with her, a photo session, and it's just lovely. She sits with each of the participants and talks to them, and then they choose the words they want, and we do a photo session through that. So it's a beautiful experience. So I just wanted to say that, and join us on Monday or in April. It's beautiful. Yes, thank you, Felice. Let's see, we're saying no to, we are saying no. We are saying no. Yes, we're saying no to a lot this year. We're going to keep saying no, right? We're investing in trading, and I'm coming to see you as soon as, okay, good. Yes, please come to San Miguel. Our group is growing so much. We're having a lot of fun over here. I can honestly I want to say this because I don't want it to sound like an exaggeration, but it's been such an amazing 2023 to see the growth of our community. And I say our because there's a lot of diversity in our community, right? There's a lot of us, but there's also a lot of diversity within it and outside of it, and the things that we're participating in. Past weekend, the Soul Fusion ladies, Steffi Lauren, she is Afro-Colombiana. Jackie Copeland, she's from the United States. Danielle, also from the United States. And Sybil English, she is a force to be reckoned with. They did a Soul Fusion concert on Friday night and Saturday. This was kind of the second, but they're just they're just doing stuff. We went, we supported. They had two sold out shows at a place in Central, even though it was the weekend. This past weekend was packed, clearly. It's New Year's. But it was amazing. It was beautiful. They all sang, they did their thing. They had a whole live band. They had a young saxophonist, and it was just beautiful. I had a great time. My couple that's here, they're the guests, they just couldn't even believe what was happening. They got here Friday, and we got to this place for the concert, and I introduced them to so many people, and everyone practically gave them hugs. They couldn't believe it. They were just like, oh my gosh. So yeah, we're still living in Smurfville over here. We're just not blue people, little blue people. But no, honestly, I'm still very grateful. This is where I can call home. And, I am always grateful for when people come and they just feel the same and it resonates with them. Again, don't just pack up a suitcase and come on down, even though I've had people do that. But I want to say, that it's always nice to see this growth that happens, from when people first get here and just how amazed they are at the community that we get to live in, right? This isn't just, oh, I went to a convention or I went on a trip and I came back home to, mediocre existence. Not to say you guys don't live well, just saying. But, a lot of people are coming here because they're just not excited about where they are. And so I'm happy to be a part of that journey and those journeys. So let me see. I'm going to see if I can get this right. Akajudi. Have a wonderful 24th. Do you have TG? I'm sorry, I don't know what TG is. So you'll have to break that one down for me. Francis Hill puts on a great show, yes, and can't wait to get back to SMA. Yeah, she does. She is awesome. She actually is doing a gospel concert, I believe, coming up. I don't have the details, but are the Soul Fusion ladies. They're doing another concert, I think, or multiple concerts let me just see, because in case you're here, you can just hold on, hang tight. You can go and support them. Let's see, because I just saw this. Okay, so in the spirit, that's what it's called. It's a gospel concert, you guys. It's going to be at Cafe Rama, just in case you happen to be here. And the dates are going to be January 13th at 7 p.m. Cafe Rama, Cafe Rama, and that's in Central. And then on Sunday the 14th, the 21st, and the 28th, all at 11. So they are serious. They're getting it in. I'll definitely be out to support, and this is going to be fun. I think they're also going to have soul food. So there you go. Okay. I live next door in Currito. I'm trying to call the U.S. consulate in SMA. Currito does not have one. I can't help you with that. Sorry, I don't have the number for the consulate. So you'll have to either make a trip over here or, yeah, I can't help you with that. So, okay. Anywho, I was saying also, I'm repeating this coming January. I am going to be repeating my influencer weekend. I'm excited. Last January, I had some really amazing women, and also the Yarbroughs. They came through for our very first influencer weekend. The idea was to host them at CasaELM, and also we had a sponsor, Michelle Watson, with Ingenuity. For those who may not know, she is the owner of Ingenuity and Spice Company, and she launched her brand that weekend. And Rashida and Stephanie Perry were here, and they basically got to talk about, their experience with CasaELM. I've always admired them. I still continue to admire them. We all know they're doing great things with Exodus Summit. It's amazing. And, it's just kind of nice to, again, see all the different things that we're all involved in and how things kind of overlap, right? And how we continue to grow and uplift and help each other in this regard. So, in saying that, last year I had the Yarboroughs. If you don't know them, get on their page. They travel all over, but they spend a lot of time in Mexico. They travel throughout Mexico. They really take time to educate, give history. Also, if you're interested in moving here, I think they have classes as well. I've been able to meet them a few times. It's been a complete pleasure. They're so much fun. Of course, Stephanie and Rashida, we all love them. They spent the weekend, and also Amber Edwards, she also was here. So it was new for us, and it was our first time doing it. CasaELM was only about a year old, and it was great, and I just was like, okay, we're going to continue to do this once a year. Who knows, maybe twice a year in the future. This year we're changing it up just a little bit, so we're scheduled to have Angel Aviles, which I interviewed on my channel a few months ago, and she has a Instagram that is, and I'm going to talk more about them in the next week or so, because our event is happening in a few weekends. I'm really excited, but she's Angel Awaken, and you can find her on Instagram. I'm super excited to have Yvonne McBride. She is a writer. She has written for Travel Noir. She's written some articles for Essence magazine, and she actually wrote the very first article about CasaELM over a year ago. I still can't believe it's been almost two years ago. She wrote about CasaELM. She actually came to CasaELM while I was still getting all the stuff. She was in San Miguel, December of 2021, and she came to CasaELM when I was like no furniture, and she was just like, this is great, and so anyway, she's able to come and join us. I had promised her then. I said, thank you so much for talking about us, writing about us, and I really truly appreciated it. Hi, Ms. K. Bates, welcome. I'll address all the comments in a second. So yeah, it's been really beautiful, just this whole experience in this past year. And then we're also going to have Tracy Collins, who is a former doula, and she's also a business owner. She lives now in San Miguel. She just recently became a part of our community, so I'm super excited about that. To have her here, and she's going to join us that weekend. So I listed Yvonne McBride, Angel Aviles of Angel Awakened. Yvonne McBride, you can find her straight on Instagram at that. Tracy Collins, also she is Tracy Collins, Tracy, Tracie. She also just released a book. And I will have more details. I'll talk more about them. Today is just kind of catching up with you guys. And I'm also scheduled to have Dante Lee. If you don't know him, he is the revenue doctor. So I'm really excited to have him. He lives also in Mexico, but he helps a lot of Black and brown businesses thrive. He's just kind of out there really with PR, news releases and things like that. But he's just someone who has a vested interest in helping people who have businesses and minority businesses. So I'm very excited to have him as a guest as well. And finally, we have Diva Green, I Got Your Black. She travels throughout Mexico as well. You can find these amazing people, very interesting, on Instagram mostly. I think some are on Facebook, both places, or YouTube. And TikTok. I don't use TikTok. I'm gonna get on you TikTok. My guys are like, "Come on, Michelle." I was like, I don't want to have another thing to manage. But anyway, in saying all of that, I'm very excited about this weekend, and I'm looking forward to it. We're changing it up a little bit, and we have finally Michelle Watson as our sponsor again. She's going to be returning to do another tutorial about her tutorial, about her product, her line, tell us how her past year came along. Rashida went live last year in CasaELM talking about her products, and man, she sold out, okay, on her launch weekend, which happened here. So I asked her, hey, do you want to come back? And she's coming back. So I'm just very grateful. And our format this year, we're really going to sit and round table and see how we can, work together, what ideas we can help each other with to uplift. So I'm very excited about that. So look out for more. I mean, it's not open to the public weekend, but I'm excited to have them, and I just wanted to share that with you all. Let's see. Querétaro. Yes, Querétaro is less than an hour by car. So yes. So okay, I have a subscriber. She or he. I'm sorry. I don't know if it's a woman or a man, but often writes on my channel and has lived here for a very long time. Kind of told me their existence in Mexico over 60 years. I think you were the one asked me earlier about the numbers to me too. Someone gave me the number. Okay. Yes, I'm sorry. Thank you. All right. I'm trying to kind of look on the side. My peripheral would read a little bit and then keep it moving. Yes, Querétaro is only about 40 to 50 minutes, depending on where you are, away from here. So yes, you can get there easily by car, or you can take a bus. The bus might take a little longer, but not much longer. And it's also, so we are close to a lot of major cities. We're very close to Querétaro City, and all the things that you need. We're also super close to Guanajuato City, which looks a lot like San Miguel, but it's a bit more compact, a little more hilly, less touristy. So some people may love that. Less expensive, and not far. It's less than an hour also. So as far as cities go, those are the two that are kind of really close to us. What else? Hi, Brenda. Welcome. Anyone know of a reliable, affordable immigration attorney in Mexico? All of Mexico or a specific place? Brenda, specify. Because if you're going to a specific place, city or place, you probably want to get a person in that place. So most attorneys, or people, you're working with them in the city that you're interested in being in. I do know of an attorney that I know others who've used, and I'm planning to use this month in Mexico City. So I don't think they work necessarily, long distance all the time. I mean, real attorneys, real immigration attorney. So I hope that helps. Let's see. Lamar and Angela, hi, how are you? I think you're in Querétaro. I'm just putting your business out there. Welcome. So that's kind of me catching up. I don't know if you all have any other questions for me. Let's see, talked about our events, what's coming. Let's see, last one, Piece on Pieces. We still have, yes, talked about that. We are definitely going back to weekly lives. My guys are trying to whip me back in to a routine. Sometimes it gets a little complicated. As you can see, someone came, I have to kind of go in and say hello. Yes, so that's that. I'm here manning the fort alone, but it's been a grateful year, an amazing 2 years. I'm like very appreciative. I've been here on YouTube for a minute. I don't remember, you need the dates again, for, I can't even see your whole message. I'm not sure how I missed that info. Okay, the date, if you're talking to me, let me know what dates you're looking for. I might have missed something. Yeah, weekly. Oh, weekly lives? Okay, I'm confused. Let me drink some more. Maybe that'll clear it up. Okay, yes to weekly lives. I'm trying to be here for you guys Wednesdays. Okay, if I'm not, it's going to be something like what happened. It's going to be something serious. Okay. So I'll tell you this, my take on going to California for my dad's funeral. So I went twice. I went my initial plane ticket was to go see him because he was ill, and I got there a day late. Life, right? Like I said earlier, I'm grateful that we have this amazing relationship, and what you don't always realize is just like some of the things you wish you got to say, and some of the things closure, right? For things we just it's not possible. But what I realized when I got there was just kind of how many years flew by so quickly, and we could have done a lot more. I mean, he came here. I'm so grateful he came here the Thanksgiving prior, and we spent a whole week here at the guest house. He prayed over the space with his wife. Like I said, he was a very religious man. And for those who didn't see the dedication that I created, a part of the reason I created that and kind of jumped in the mix when I got to California was because initially it didn't feel representative of his whole life experience, because he was so in the church, right? Nothing wrong with that. But I felt like they didn't really understand or know a lot of us. And his life as a dad. And so for me, it was kind of one of those things where I felt the need to, take all of the things that were more present and take all the things from the past and marry them together. So it was one of those kind of like, I went to see him, but he had passed, so we were just kind of, you're gonna just jump right into the planning process. And then I came back because I had a relocation tour the week after he passed. So I was here, and then I left, and I went back, and I stayed in California for 10 days. So the point of talking about all of this is to say that every time I go back to the US and every time I come back to Mexico, I always stop for a moment to see what's hitting me, like what things, and I don't mean in a negative way, just kind of like, oh, what did I miss? Oh, what didn't I remember? Oh, what did this experience feel like or not feel like? And so, yes, I'll get to what events are coming in 2024. I'll be in Mexico after this one. Okay, yes, if you go to CasaELM.com and just click the events, you'll see a whole list, but I'll talk about that in a moment. So the point simply is that, when I landed in the US, the first trip, because I did 2 trips in like a 2-week span of time. I was kind of like, where did I fly into the first time? I think I flew into Oakland. By the way, there's a direct flight from Leon Airport, which is an hour and a half away from San Miguel, directly to many, many cities in California. So for anyone in California that may want to know this, you can fly into Leon Airport code B as in boy, J as in Jack, X as in X-ray, and check Volaris. It's kind of the Spirit Airlines of Mexico. It's a Mexican airline, but it's efficient. There's no frills, it's nothing extra fancy, but you can get directly from here to there. Most of the flights, all the flights I took were nonstop, and they're not super expensive, especially if you're not checking in a suitcase. So anyway, the nuances. When I landed the first time, I said, "Oh wow, like okay, what's hitting me?" The customs officer guy wasn't overly friendly. Like he kind of wanted to know. He asked me a question that I thought was not overly appropriate. It's like, why do I live in Mexico or something like this? I don't remember. I said, why not? And, he just kind of was like, oh, do you like it? And I was like, yeah, I like it. But it wasn't like, warm and fuzzy, but, sometimes people's personalities are, a little standoffish. It wasn't abrasive. It just kind of was like, are you allowed to ask me this question? And I just thought, oh, yeah, he stamped my thing and then we kept it moving. But what I noticed the most was the access to things, which is not a bad thing, right? We have a lot of things here, but it's like the familiarity that you can have being in the US. Like sometimes I go back and I just want to I want to go to the stores that I can't go to here. I want to go to TJ Maxx or Marshalls or something like this because they don't have those stores here. I don't necessarily want to go to the mall because I'm not a huge mall person. So I did not do that. And I didn't go to those stores either because I was busy. But I'm just saying it was kind of like I get the urge and I was like, oh, in the hair store. And I did none of those things. I think I ordered some things from Amazon and I stayed and I worked and I kind of had decided, okay, I'm going to help. But it's just one of those things where it's like that little thing where like, oh, I can get good Thai food or good something, because it's hard to get certain foods here. I can get my spices. What else can I fit in my suitcase? And I had to, reel myself back in because I said, okay, you're coming back to Mexico, then you're going to go back. So those were like kind of the things that I think hit me. The encounter with the customs guy, not a big deal. But overall, just kind of, I'm so used to people speaking to each other just in passing here in Mexico, and it doesn't happen. But that's a part of our culture. So it's not a knock, it's just the nuances that I notice when I'm traveling between countries and I first return back. So, then the second trip, I flew into Fresno, and it's a small, little tiny airport. And yeah, it's a small space, and I was the only Black person on the plane. And, so I think that's why this guy was kind of like, where to, like, I got lost. And the customs line, it was tiny. It was just a little airport, and it was at I think we left at midnight here and we landed over there at like 2 o'clock in the morning or something. This was my second trip. I didn't even know that there was a flight to Fresno until the second trip. The first couple times I went to Oakland. Anywho, on my second return, so I was in the US for about a week and a half. I came back on Thanksgiving Day. And while I was there was a whole lot of shopping. So I did the second trip go to a mall area, like where they have like all the stores you just kind of walk around. And, I just thought it's so pretty here, right? Because there's such an effort to making everything kind of so presentable for us, like there's not a lot of imperfections, like, the beautiful tree and the beautiful lights and the well-constructed, perfectly lined everything. The restaurants are like extra fancy. There's not like a lot of imperfections, I think. And I'm used to imperfections here. Now, don't get me wrong, San Miguel is beautiful, right? It's super artsy, but it's not perfect. It's kind of imperfect in a perfect kind of way. So it's just the little things that I notice, of course, the cost. I don't know how y'all do it in California. Woo, that's all I have to say. I stayed with first my dad's wife, and we did the whole funeral thing, and then I went to a friend in Santa Clara, and my goodness, okay, so I didn't go to too many places, but we were kind of out eating out and just hanging out and having I was taking like a mental break from here, work, and all this crazy other things that were going on at the time. So in saying that, those are the things that I noticed, and I was just kind of like, things are so much more, especially in Cali. Yeah, and I was just like feeling like, okay, you really are kind of working to live the most, and do the things that people are used to doing. Same here. So on my second return, after being there for 10 days, I had a great time, but I really realized like every time I come back, I really feel like this is home for me. It is home. And, I started to think about the nuances when I came back, and I got back, I can't remember what time it was, but it was nighttime. Let's say 10:30 or 12 or something. It was late. And I get off and I'm doing, the customs things, no problems. I get my stuff. I only had carry-on things anyway. And I just remember when I came out of the, customs area out to the general population, and my person's with the sign, very friendly, just like smiling. I'm like, hi, Michelle. And, they offer to use the restroom, whatever. And I did that. I go in the bathroom, and the two ladies that are working in there, they're just friendly, they're like, buenas noches. Even the customs person, they're like, buenas noches, okay, welcome back, bienvenidos. And, and I got in the shuttle. It's like a whole shuttle with only me on it this time. And, I'm driving through these imperfect areas and streets, and, there's like a couple dogs on the side of the road and some music blaring, and, not a lot of lights. And we're driving through some areas where there are no lights, it's like country, and at night it's dark. And I just kind of was thinking about, again, the nuances, and I thought, this just feels like home for me. And, I just felt like sharing that with you guys. Like, I remember just sitting in there and feeling this kind of like peace and calm, and really this not energy of worrying about anything kind of crazy happening, and just feeling really just like, and I thought to myself, yeah, this is the first time that I've lived in a place for years that I felt like I'm going home, like it feels home. There's something about that word, that home. It's the place that you feel most comforted, not just I live in a nice house, right? So I just felt like saying that I really am loving the community, and thank you so much, High Vibe, for watching that tribute to my dad. It was something. It took me 2 days, and I just worked on it because, yes, I worked on it because I felt that it needed to be representative. I really incorporated our Jamaican heritage in the beginning, which I think the people that were in the church were just kind of like, what's this reggae music? And I was like, this is what it is. But it was all kind of gospel reggae in the beginning. And then I went into some of the music and things that they wanted, and just like married it all together. So it was tough. I still got up. I don't know how I made it through. I still haven't watched the video that not the dedication video, but the video of the service. I haven't finished or put that together. I want to really make kind of like a real long, testimony of all the work he did, and all the great things and the places he had the greatest impact. So Mexico for me, I know I'm jumping around. Mexico for me is that it is just what you said, like legacy. It is a warm hug, you know, and that's what I think about CasaELM. It is a hug. It's the house that hugs you. It's a home away from home, and you know, we sit down. Like for example, New Year's. I didn't go anywhere. New Year's Day in the morning, we went to La Gruta for a soak, hot spring soak. It was our last group thing of the year. We had a nice turnout. I didn't get any pictures because I had my phone in the car. I just thought, "Oh, you know, it's not going to get wet." It was nice. I mean, we didn't have as many people that we normally get, but it was still a good turnout, and it was amazing. And yeah, you know, we just enjoyed ourselves. And then in the evening, we were here and my three guests, and I just thought, if you want to go to Central, you're welcome to. I'll get a driver to take you. But to be honest with you, it's crowded. It's like sardine kind of crowded, and it's beautiful. I mean, like you really don't have a lot to stress out about. By the way, Bill Clinton was here yesterday in San Miguel. Who knew? Anyway, so they decided that they would also stay in. So I cooked. We all like got stuff. I got. It was actually one of my guests that's here. It was her birthday on the 31st, and she arrived on the 31st. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get her cake, and we got cake. The other guest was like, oh, let's buy. She's like, if you cook, I'll buy salmon. I was like, okay. So we made salmon, rice. I made some curry, cumin flavored lentils, and we had wine. And we talked, and we just sat in the kitchen. We didn't even sit at the dining table. I actually set the dining table, but we were all in the kitchen talking. So we just moved everything to the kitchen, and we sat there and we chatted, but we did not stay up until midnight. I was exhausted. I think the hot springs just had me so mellow. But it was a beautiful evening, and this is what we do here. And I was just like, I love this. You know, I want to bring in the new year with just good vibrations, continuing to help people. So it was great. Yes, Mexico does feel like a warm hug. Brenda, you're 6 feet tall, worried about getting clothes and shoes. Okay, I'm going to tell you this. It will be complicated for shoes. I don't know what size you wear, but if you are my big foot 10 and up, it's complicated. Clothes, you know, there are a lot of stores that, you know, for example, there's H&M, there's Zara. There are a lot of these types of stores that that you can get to at the malls. And I feel like the sizes and things like that are diverse, you know, depending on, you know, in general. I can say that overall, the stature of a lot of, you know, local people, it's kind of similar to the stature of people in like Asian countries, you know, a little small. Like you know, if I buy a sweater or something from one of the markets, you know, the sleeve kind of stops right here on me. But I like Zara. I like Forever 21. I think, you know, I feel like they kind of have actually a better selection than some of the places I've been to, or some of the same stores I've been to in the United States. Shoes, complicated. Like that's one thing I did end up buying just one pair, and it was out of necessity because I packed such a small suitcase. I was trying to be team carry-on, and I had these boots, and then I had some heels for the funeral, and it was actually cold. So I had my boots, my riding kind of boots, but they weren't comfortable to walk around, and I don't know what I was thinking. On one of the days I went and I walked like 3 miles with my friend, and my feet were killing me. So I ended up buying some things from Skechers, and I was so happy to be in there. I just thought, oh my God, they have my size. So that is difficult, and yeah. But you can order things from Amazon. I wouldn't over order. I would kind of like gauge it. You can also get things from Amazon.Mexico and then Amazon.com, the US version. And a lot of times they will ship certain things to Mexico. It all just depends on what it is. And then you pay like an importation fee as well. Depends on what it is. It might be worth it. I know a lot of people are using, was it Temu? I haven't used Temu, but they're here. And then there's also Mercado Libre. That's like kind of the Mexican Amazon, and I don't know that I would buy shoes from them or clothes. I would get household things from them. I have gotten some household things. So thanks. Iona, thank you. Yeah, it was a beautiful tribute. And I'm glad too that I was able to really blend because, the people in the church setting, I think they were kind of expecting, the music they know. And, I thought it was important to represent the country he was born in, our heritage, being Jamaican. So I was able to do that, and I was very grateful. And I mean, I'm not trying to brag on myself, but can I tell you, everyone was crying. Everyone was crying. My youngest brother was there. Well, not the youngest, second to youngest brother was there, and he said, "Oh, I was holding it together." He's like, "But that was a gut punch." That was a lot coming from him because he's pretty straight face, poker face. But anyway, it was like the ministers were crying. He had people came from Africa, from the Philippines for this funeral. So it was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was very long, but it was beautiful. So I'm grateful. Like I said, he definitely left a legacy in this regard. Isn't that how family does gather in the kitchen? Yes, we do. We gather in the kitchen. So that's what it reminds me of. I love kitchen spaces where even when I lived in Connecticut years and years ago, one of my very good friends, her mom, she also was Jamaican, their whole family was Jamaican. We like to eat, and we like for anyone who doesn't have a meal to come and eat at our house. We don't want anyone to not eat. So I have a tendency sometimes to overdo things where I'm just like, oh, okay, I'm only gonna invite 8 people, then we'll be, 16 people or something. I did that a lot, ask Brianna. But what I realized a long time ago was people love hanging out in the kitchen, right? They like it. It's warm. That's where all the food is. And they come around, they get a glass, they pour a drink, and they just start talking. And so that's where we gather. And I'm glad I have like a space in there that actually can seat 6 people. It's like a island or a high top. And we hang out in there. So that's what we did. So anyway, I'm rambling now. Do you all have any other questions? Did I miss anything that you want to know about? I just wanted to say I'm back. Thank you so much, Federica. I appreciate that. It's a beautiful thing. It's beautiful to find all these old pictures too. I found an old photo of my mom and dad, probably from the 60s, and they looked really lovely. And, I want to say thank you as well to his wife, Rosie, for really holding it down. They were married for a very long time. Sending so much love to my 4 brothers. And just, the family bond that we continue to have. I'm very grateful for that. I'm very grateful. So we've decided to once a month get together and Zoom just to, continue being in each other's lives, even though we all live in different places. I have a brother in Canada, I have brothers in New England, I have brothers down in South Florida. So, and I'm over here in Mexico. So we're trying to keep that bond going. My dad was a very peaceful person, and he wanted us to always maintain a good relationship. So I am definitely down with that. Anywho, do you all have any other questions for me? I am going to go and see what my guests are up to. If you don't, I will be back next week. We're going to probably have more of a schedule of things that we're going to talk about. If you have any ideas, even in the comments, I do check them, not every day. Anything you want to hear, learn about, feel free to write us an email. That doesn't mean I'm just giving all the information out for free. You can book a consultation if you have a very specific thing or specific things you need to know for your journey. But you can also come, on to my channel and look through a lot of my videos. There's so much information there. It's a lot. People tell me, oh, I've watched all your videos. I'm like, that's a lot. But we're there. I have a lot of information about San Miguel, moving to San Miguel, about my experience, and that's kind of where this started. So I always want to try to share as much as I can with you. San Miguel is growing in leaps and bounds. I will say this too, it is getting expensive for Mexico, but I feel like the whole world is getting expensive. So just, be prepared. One thing I did hear yesterday from one of my guests is that they are continuing the regularization program. If you don't know about the regularization program, find out about the regularization program. That's how you can get your residency. Depending on your specific situation, you may be able to get your residency without going through all the hoopla, but that all depends on whether or not you have traveled before to Mexico. So I think you have to, do a little digging, but there's a lot that you can learn and know and find out on my channel, and I know that it will be useful. What else do I want to tell you? Just because I said things are more expensive doesn't mean you cannot find something within your budget. But I always tell people, please, if you are not someone who is a fly by the seat of your pants person, please make a little bit of a plan. If you're just open to an adventure, come on down. But it is kind of essential, one, to save yourself headaches, money, if you can plan a little bit in advance, because it's easy for this kind of image that you may have of the upcoming experience of living or moving or traveling, long, slow, short, whatever term travel to Mexico. It's easy to get thrown off if you have some unexpected negative experiences, and then suddenly that dictates maybe a good thing going bad. So I always tell people, do your homework, do your research. Coming here for a visit is different than living here. Yes, we have a beautiful, amazing community. I post my videos, you see us singing, doing our thing, but that doesn't happen every day. That's like a fraction of what happens in the day-to-day. There's lots of challenges. Hi, Tracy. Welcome. Tracy's one of the influencers I mentioned earlier. Welcome. She is on. I'm going to feature them a little bit more in the next week live and the week after. But, you really have to put in the work. I think, if you're single and you're used to traveling maybe, or you're just like an easygoing personality type, yeah, you can wing it. You can wing it. And you don't necessarily have to come here and try it on and live. You can do it in different ways. There is no exact for anyone. But what I want to say is, for sure, if you know yourself, know thyself. I say that all the time, know thyself, that it's important for you to think it through, save yourself money, get that help. I tell people, book a session if you are interested in really moving here, how to do it. You will save yourself money. You will save yourself money in the long run. You're not going to have the back and forth trips. You're going to eliminate that. You're going to eliminate anything. And I'm saying this from experience, because this is what I didn't have. And this is the reason why I kind of started to do what I do, and I try to help and guide people through this process. You're welcome to stay at Casa if you're even looking for a place. I have a lot of people who come not just for the tours, but they just come to stay for a few days, a week, a month, or whatever, until they find their new home. But it's important and imperative for you to know yourself, know your capacity, so you're not giving up on something that may be your dream to live abroad, right? You don't want one or two unplanned negative situations to throw you off, because there are a lot of challenges here, okay? Take it from me, there are a lot of challenges. There's the language. If you don't speak fluent Spanish, it can be difficult. Sometimes it feels overwhelming. Oh, I missed that point when I was happy to go back to the United States, just like communicate regular. I could just say what I needed to say in English. I miss that at times, but like I realize how exhausting it is sometimes trying to communicate here. My Spanish isn't bad. It's just kind of the nitty gritty detail things sometimes get a little overwhelming. Welcome, Michelle Mabel. Welcome back. So yeah, it's just kind of a thing. You got to think it through a little bit and give it grace and pour a whole bucket of patience. Pour a bucket of patience on yourself. Even just having a business. If you plan on coming here to do a business, I'm talking like a brick and mortar, like on brick and mortar, or you want to have like a space, a store or something. Know the laws, get it right. Again, that's something I can help you with. I've been through it, and it's a slow process here, but it's doable. You can get it done, and even though, in its truth, the appearance of doing business here is kind of like loose. With everything in Mexico, I feel like it depends on who you ask, it depends on who you talk to, it depends on what their knowledge base is, it depends on the experiences they've had. You just don't know. Like, I'm talking to a lady who works with me, and she's interested in opening a store close to where she lives. And so, I'm trying to help her a little bit. And so the point is I asked her, I said, okay, because here's my business mind, right? How much does it cost? Where is it? How many other stores are close by that are doing the same thing? Where do you get the supplies from? How do you get permits? Because I've been through this process, but for my stuff, but I don't know what it is for a store like that. And she literally said this to me. Is it true or not? I don't know. But she said that the government gives you, and I wouldn't trust this, I would go to an attorney, but they give you like 3 months or 4 months to see if it's working before you have to start doing all the legal stuff, or before you have to get like the final, like they don't force you, according to what she said, they don't force you to get all the stuff first because maybe it's not going to work. And I think this might be the case on a smaller scale, like a smaller scale business, if you're just kind of like going in and, okay, I'm renting this space, because I see a lot of places come and go, a lot of restaurants, a lot of little tiendas come and go, always changing hands. And I always said to myself, I can't imagine someone investing, thousands of dollars, because that's what it costs in the US, and then like 2 months later, they're no longer there. So maybe there's some truth to this. I would actually find out. But I'm just saying that it's hard to get clear on a lot of things, but you can get through it, okay? Just keep on pushing. Trust. Take from me. It took a long time for me to get through with things here, but I'm happy to say that it's doable. It's done. I'm grateful. My attorney has been amazing, and the people that I've talked to, the accountants, and just the guidance, the knowledge base, people that have lived here for a long time. I have amazing realtors that have also their own businesses, and they always give me good insight. My good friend Naomi, she has lived here for over 20 years, and she always has answers. Stephanie, who owned a business here, she also is a sister. She has lived here for a long time, so I'm really grateful to all of these people that have been here even way longer than myself, that I've been able to consult with and talk to. So, hi, Jessica. What up, sister? Welcome. Thank you for coming on. I'm going to say Happy New Year to everyone that came on after I said it. Happy 2024. I'm excited for this year, and I know nothing's perfect. We all have challenges, but you guys just keep pushing through. You know, we're gonna make it. Michelle, my husband and I will be in Mexico on the 18th to finalize our. Good for you. Congratulations. Congratulations. Give yourself time to get it done. My guest actually got everything done in a day, or 2 days. I think they submitted all their paperwork and they went today, they went early, and they got through. And I'm super, super happy for them. Um, so just, yeah, give yourself time. I don't know where you're getting it done, but all the best with that. I feel like there's one. Oh, yes, you mentioned the size 12. I saw that somewhere. Ooh, I don't know what to tell you, sister. I wear a 10. It's hard. Okay. I saw some really cool boots the other day. I mean, I don't even like cowboy stuff. These boots were cool. They were like, they were just beautiful. The design on them, they were really beautiful. And I thought, maybe I could wear something like this. They only had it up to a 9. And I was like, okay, never mind, which is a good thing, right? Because I left without spending any money. So I'm okay with that. And I haven't bought anything for a while. I did get my little Sketcher boots with the fur inside when I was in Cali, and then some other household necessities. But I haven't really gone shopping. I do some online shopping, but not much. As I realize I just wear black all the time and this kind of stuff because I'm trying to stay comfy and warm. It's been cold here, so if you're coming down, please, please, please check the weather. If you're going to be here this month, like I said earlier, get my fireplace going because it's cold. But if you are planning to travel to SMA in the next 1 to 2 months, bring layers. I always tell you all that. Bring the layers. Yes, on the event schedule, you can go to CasaELM.com, click events. It's easy to see what's happening over here. And I am going to just get this and copy and paste it. And the last thing I want to say is if you want to stay here, if you want to stay at CasaELM, you can go directly to my website and book your room because we now have that as an option. If you have any challenges, because we still have those sometimes, feel free to feel free to send me an email. Yes, thanks for answering that question. How cold? Okay, there's a wide range from day to day. So in the morning, I go walking normally around 6:30. Lately, it's been more like 6:45 because it's dark out because we fell back an hour. And I don't want to walk in the dark, dark. So I'm walking kind of when the sun's coming up and it's cold. I don't know what the temperature is, but you can go on Google and search. I'm gonna say in the 40s, sometimes feeling like maybe the high 30s. But it warms up. We have a 30 to 40 degree range. By the time noon rolls around, it gets pretty warm. Like today was lovely. One of my guests was sitting out in the front in the sun, basking in the sun. But here we are at night, and I'm in this room, but it's a little chilly. Like the house can get chilly. Each of the rooms have heaters, but this is the only room that has the fireplace, and it's kind of like my co-working den space. So we do all kinds of things to kind of keep ourselves warm inside the house when it's nighttime or early in the morning. But it's only for a short time, but for sure you need a coat. Yes, scarves would be good, and gloves, and a hat. Bring a hat, especially for all the sisters with the low haircuts. Bring a hat. It's cold. I would have worn my hat onto the show today, but I just thought I'd fix myself because I normally have my hat down to here. But I still walk and I go uphill so I can get my body heat and temperature up, mostly because it's chilly outside. So that's part of the reason too I haven't really done a live walking because then I gotta hold the phone. My hands are freezing. But anyway, it is a good time of year for those who don't like it to be so hot out. But we'll start warming up to more comfortable temperatures probably by the end of January. But for sure, bring layers if you're coming to San Miguel. And yeah, get yourself comfy. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Tracy. She said, I'm a girl's girl. Thank you. Appreciate you. Michelle Mabel, you said you have a facilitator in Oaxaca. Great. If you can get someone to help you with your paperwork, I think it's a good idea. I think some of the consulates that are used to having foreigners come through, you'll find someone in there that's typically willing to help. Even here in San Miguel, I know several people that didn't use a facilitator and they just did all the paperwork themselves. I don't even really know what the costs are. I'm sorry, I don't really have those details, but I know there's the government cost and then there's the facilitator cost. And sometimes the facilitator cost might even be a little more than the government cost. So, if you're kind of on a fixed income or you only have a certain amount, you can probably work your way through it if your case is kind of straightforward. So yeah, it's just not something that I've tried to do on my own, but there are varying costs with that depending on the person that you're using. So there's that. Anyone else have questions for me? Anyone? Before I wrap this night up, I appreciate all of you coming through tonight. I missed you guys, or ladies mostly. Anyone that comes on, be sure to like my video and make sure you hit the subscribe button. I am here as much as I can be to help and answer questions. If you don't know about CasaELM, my guest house, please go to my website, CasaELM.com, and see all the cool things that we're doing. You can check out, oh, by the way, there's a new video on my gallery. It's a San Miguel video. Hi, Cheryl. How you doing? Also a former guest. How's it going? I haven't heard from you for a minute. Anyone on here or anyone that watches this on a replay that's been to CasaELM, let us know. Drop it in the comments. But I have a new video, you all. Please jump on and check it out. Go to gallery and check out my short reel. Yes, sorry, you did miss it. We're at the end. So it's 6 p.m. Central time zone, okay? So if you're on the East Coast, it's 7 for you. That's when I'm starting. If you're in Cali, it's going to be 4, because I think now we're 2 hours difference. So please go on CasaELM.com, subscribe. You'll also get a link to see that video I was mentioning, but you can also find it. And you can just, see some of the pictures and things that we've added over there. We've upgraded our site a little bit, and there's more to come. All right. And I thank you all for being here. Happy New Year. Be safe. Hi, Lorraine. How are you? I haven't seen you for a while. Oh, thank you so much, Cheryl. I appreciate you all. Yeah, we got to come through and just have a good old time and continue drinking wine. Come on. All right, cheers, everyone. I can't wait to see you as well. Come on back. If there's any questions, you guys know what to do. Go to my site and you can send a message there. Blessings and safe travels to you, Dahlia. See you soon. Can't wait for us to have some more word match games. All right, ladies and gents, have a good night. And if you're watching the replay, thank you for being here. Again, don't forget to hit the like button. All of you hit the like and subscribe. Thanks, Dixie. Love you all. Have a great night, and I'll be back again next Wednesday. All right? Stay tuned. Ciao.